So the new GTA Online Los Angeles Drug Wars DLC is releasing tomorrow, and in today's video I'm going to be letting you guys know exactly what time it's going to release, the download size, what to expect, and more. So before we get into all that though, I do want to let you guys know that we'll be streaming tomorrow at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the release of this DLC, so make sure to join up if you can. And also I want to let you guys know that of course with this DLC coming out, we're going to be having a lot more content, more videos, streams, and more, so make sure you all are subscribed and put up post notifications so you don't miss any of that. So starting off with the release time, if we look at previous GTA Online DLCs, they are released at around 5 to 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I expect the same exact thing to happen here. Now of course I will leave a time converter as per usual in the description because obviously not everybody lives in the same time zone. However, this DLC will release at the exact same time for everybody in the world, so don't expect if you live in New Zealand or Australia that you're going to get this earlier. That's just not the way that Rockstar does it when it comes to DLCs. Now when it comes to which consoles it's going to release on, it's going to be on all platforms, so PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and of course PC on all three of the launchers. And then when it comes to release order for each of the consoles, usually I think the Rockstar Games launcher gets it first, then eventually PlayStation and Xbox get it around the same time, and then PC gets it on the other launchers, Steam and Epic Games. Now for a big thing of course we have is the download size. So if you take a look at some of the older DLCs that we had, with the most recent one being of course the Criminal Enterprises DLC, that download size was around 5 GB on PS5 and also PS4 and PC, with Xbox Series X and S being at a staggering 12 GB, but I think that was because they had like a special updates for those consoles. And if we go back a little bit before that to the Contract DLC, it was around 4 to 5 GB, and then the Los Angeles Clearance DLC was around the same with 4 to 5 GB. Now since this is a December DLC, I do expect Rockstar to kind of put the gigabytes a little bit up since it is probably going to be a lot more bigger. So I would say that it's probably going to be around like 5 to 6 GB. But we also have to keep in mind that Rockstar is going to be adding, the ray tracing and stuff like that. So just know that that probably might even add more to it. But we'll of course just see in a few short hours. But just make sure you have enough space on your platform, because I'm telling you it's going to be the worst thing if you try to download it and then it says you don't have enough space to get this. That would honestly just be the worst. So just make sure you have at least like 5 to 6 GB, or probably just round it up to 10 on your hard drive so that you can download this update once it comes out. Now of course a big question is what to expect on day one. So first off, when it comes to vehicles, expect around like 5 to 7 vehicles for Rockstar to release, with the rest of them being released in drip fed or at least in part 2 of the updates. For weapon wise, I would say that Rockstar probably is going to release like 1 or 2 of them, or just maybe even none of them, or they could just be locked to some of the missions. Either way, expect at least probably maybe like 1 weapon to release on day 1. Expect that some of the clothing and accessories and haircuts and tattoos and stuff like that will be released on day 1 as well, with the rest of it being released through drip fed, or we have to unlock it through some type of event. And of course probably the most important thing, the Acid Lab and also the MTL Brigade 6x6. I'd recommend, if you can though, to try to spawn at some type of like business or property that you have in Blaine County or Sandy Shores, whether that be like apartment, garage, your bunker, hangar, something like that. Just make sure you just try to spawn there, because Rockstar already said from the newswire multiple times that we're just gonna head straight to Blaine County, or the main factor of this story or main part of this story is just gonna be taking place there. So if you can, just try to spawn there. It's gonna save you a lot of time, because if you're spawning like in Osaka, your office and stuff like that, you're gonna have to fly there, or you have to like switch lobbies to go there, and it's just gonna be a mess sometimes. So just put a spawn location there for you can get started quicker. Now there's also of course going to be some improvements that Rockstar is going to be adding. We already know a few of them, about 10 of them that Rockstar showed off in the newswire last week. Of course there's going to be a lot more like they said, but I'm assuming it's probably not going to be on the high level of like what came out with the Criminal Enterprises DLC, but do expect like at least like a few more, maybe around like 10 to 15 more improvements that Rockstar adds on day 1, which is going to be really nice to see. Hopefully there's some good ones that we are going to appreciate. And then like I said earlier, there's going to be the ray tracing update. Rockstar said that they're going to add ray tracing to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and hopefully maybe even PC too. We'll have to see. So just know that GTA 5 is obviously going to look a lot more better. And then there's also probably some other hidden features and stuff like that that Rockstar hasn't even talked about yet, and we're just going to have to wait until tomorrow to see them. Now, like I talked about in my video yesterday about how much money I think you're going to need, again, you're probably going to need at least like 20 to 30 mil on day 1 if you do plan on purchasing everything and fully upgrading them. But if you just want to keep on the simple side and maybe get like a few cars get the new business and other small things, then I think around like 10 to 15 million should be good. And then when it comes to drip fed, just know that, you know, there's gonna be like a new vehicle or some type of new thing that releases every week. So just be ready to spend some money on that. But again, you have time to like do a Kayo or sell some of your businesses if you want to make money to purchase something that's upcoming. So really, again, in total though, I think for this whole DLC, including drip fed and potentially even part 2, I think 50 to like 70 million might be enough. It just really depends what Rockstar is kind of hiding and shows off in part 2, but I think at least 50 mil should be enough for this full DLC. And then I do want to also talk about how to make money really quick. You know, we're in the last few hours before this DLC releases, but there still is time. So I would say if you can though, try to do like a few more Kyles with your friends. You know, with that cooldown, it is kind of annoying, but doing it with friends, it's only 48 minutes compared to like the 2 hours if you do it solo. And then another big thing is definitely sell some of your vehicles. This is something that some people might forget, but there's a lot of vehicles that you probably ended up buying with the Criminal Enterprise DLC or like even some of the older DLCs that you just don't like anymore, just don't use anymore. So I would say go around to all your garages around the city or even like in the country as well and just sell them, make some easy bread. Probably don't sell them all at once because I think that couldn't get flagged by the system, but just get rid of a few of them. And then also make sure that you do end up selling your businesses. This is another big thing. Usually most times I would just say focus on Kyle, but because of the business updates, the MC businesses, the bunker businesses, and other ones are going to be extremely useful, mainly because of the first time money bonus that Rockstar is giving out. So if you guys didn't already know, the latest DLC, once you do sell your business for the first time, you do get a double money bonus on it. And there's actually a lot of people that probably still didn't end up selling every single business. So if you know a business, or if you know some of the businesses that you didn't even sell yet for the first time since the updates, make sure you do, because you will get a good money bonus out of it. And then a big tip for sure is definitely to make sure you do it in public sessions. Even though it's a bit risky, just get a friend and they will protect you, because again, you're going to get another bonus on top of that when it comes to selling it in public sessions. And then also this week, if you do plan on selling your bunker, it is giving out double money NRP, and today's the last bonus for that as well. So really, there's a lot of opportunities to make money in GTA Online within these last few hours. So if you want to grind up, get some money saved up, then this is definitely the time to do it right before the DLC comes out. And again, even if you don't have enough to get everything on day one, it's cool because you can just, you know, grind more with the new business or of course older businesses, and you can enjoy the new content that releases. So that's all for this video though. Hope you guys did enjoy. Again, once this DLC releases, we'll be having a lot more content regarding how to get started with this, the new features, the details, and much more. So definitely look forward to that. And of course, make sure you are subscribed and put on post notifications so you don't miss any of it. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. And again, I'll be streaming tomorrow at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and definitely don't miss that. But I'll see you guys in the next one though. Peace.